Out of all the balls I've tested in the past, this new Chromsoft X, it's by far the best and the longest I've ever hit.
It honestly doesn't even matter what club's in my hand. Chromsoft gives me the most consistency up and down the bag.
The thing I love the most about Chromsoft is the responsiveness. You can hit all the shots that you want with it. It's not one-dimensional, it's multi-dimensional.
When we created the new Epic drivers, we didn't just want more speed. We wanted more speed for everyone. That's why we pushed the limits of artificial intelligence to engineer the new Jailbreak AI speed frame. It's designed to promote faster ball speeds for every player. Only in the new Epic drivers from Callaway, the #1 driver on major worldwide tours.
अब आप सोच रहे हैं कि क्या ये वाकई में इंडिया है? एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स, वो भी इंडिया में, जहां एक सितारा मुश्किल से दिखे, वहां तारों की चादर, नील गगन सा पानी, ये जरूर सपना होगा। क्या इंडिया के घने जंगलों में स्वीडिश मसाज? ना ना ना, नॉट पॉसिबल। वॉकिंग ऑन द ग्रेट वॉल इंडिया में हो ही नहीं सकता। जी हाँ, ये इंडिया ही है, क्लब महिंद्रा का इंडिया। देश भर में 60 से ज्यादा बेहतरीन रिजॉर्ट्स और 2000 से ज्यादा अनोखे एक्सपीरियंसेस के साथ क्लब महिंद्रा, वी कवर इंडिया, यू डिस्कवर इंडिया।
Have the first player all set to tee off as the siren goes off at the KPL 2021. ASM Aces Dr. Deepak TN, Ramesh Radhakrishna, and with them Anugraha Atria Power, Akhileshwar B. Bhatt and Dr. Ram Iyer, all set on the first tee. So Dr. Deepak has teed off straight down center, fairway on the first. Akhileshwar Bhatt strikes off at for the Anugraha Atria Power. Sorry, Ramesh Radhakrishnan for the ASM Aces. And now we have Akhileshwar Bhatt and Dr. Ram Iyer of the Anugraha Atria Power queuing up on the tee. This is the only challenge here, recognizing players. Ram Iyer on the tee box, addressing the ball on the first tee. And there he goes, off he goes. A clean strike, a good applause. Thanking the crowd with a subtle bow as the teammates and spectators cheer him. Now we have Akhileshwar B. Bhatt all set with his driver on the first tee box. Akhi, as he has on his sleeve, Akhileshwar V. Bhatt. And off he goes, a strike straight down between the bunkers. Beyond, in fact, on the first, an acknowledgement to the crowd. And the team on the first tee is away. The KPL 2021 is truly, truly underway. Finally, the much-awaited KGA Premier League. Looking forward to 6 days plus the finals of great golfing and great fellowship and fun. On all days, we would have the live stream on the KGA YouTube channel. There would be commentary, there would be guest commentators, expert commentators. We may have some people accessing and joining us remotely from different destinations, trying to bring you as much as the golf action permits right here from the KGA. The march down the first fairway, ASM Aces and Anugraha Atria Power. Are you showing any more holes, you tell me, because no action anywhere else? Action will be live from the first tee, the 10th tee, the first green, 9th green, 18th green, and a mobile camera, which will go as far as the range or radius permits to bring you live shot-by-shot action, specially brought to you by the President, Captain, and members of the Managing Committee of the Karnataka Golf Association. Though we have overcast conditions, the players will not complain, neither will the management and the viewers, as long as it doesn't rain. A beautiful golfing day. We don't want bright sunshine, but we don't want rain either. Lovely breeze, perfect weather for a great round of golf, as long as rain stays away. Dr. Deepak is a bit to the right of the green, looking to bring in the right club, maybe a wedge from there. As that's okay. I cannot. That's why I put it off and I check. Yeah. Dr. Deepak now with his approach, the pitch to the green, the first green, all wedged up. It's going to be Dr. Ram Iyer who's going to approach first. I think that's a 9-iron. Thanks, Prahlad Rao, for that correction. Ramesh Radhakrishna is to the right of the green, but before that, we had Dr. Ram Iyer, who has already hit his approach shot to the green. Now it's Dr. Deepak TN on your screen, who's queuing up for his approach. So Dr. Deepak a bit heavy, getting a bit of tuft of grass out, and that's right on and maybe a bit over the green, just over into the first cut beyond the green. So a slight over clubbing there by Dr. Deepak. As Deepak and Ram walk across. Ramesh strikes it, but this time it's a bit to the right and he may be just off. So Akhilesh got a really long drive, as you can see. He's just short of the green, walking to his ball, would be just looking to chip on, marking it for a cleanup. So Anugraha Atria power player Aki, that is Akhileshwar Bhatt, showing some super power in his first drive, just short of the first green. Maybe 8 feet or 10 feet, just short of the green, looking to just chip on as close to the blue flag as possible. The action is on all the 18 holes. As you know, there's a shotgun start on all 18 holes at 6:45 a.m. on round 1, day 1 of the KPL 2021. The next batch of players will have a shotgun at 12 noon. Right now, you're watching Akhileshwar V. Bhatt with a drive just maybe 10-15 feet short of the green, looking to chip and run on towards the blue flag. It's a nice chip, rolling just past the flag. I think the super fast greens, and it's gone over. So moved past the left of the flag, over into the rough beyond, as Dr. Ram Iyer has to negotiate with the sandy bunker that he landed in with his approach to the right. So Ram Iyer he's gone out of the bunker, but again a bit over the green. So all players slightly over clubbing and going beyond the first green. You can see Dr. Deepak there. He's just beyond the first cut. Akhilesh went past the left of the flag. Dr. Ram Iyer came out of the bunker and over. As we can see, Dr. Deepak now using his putter from beyond the first green. That's another view that we have from our long distance camera. And that's a good putt, just past the left, very, very close. I think it should be less than 2 feet or maybe just 2 feet. Should be an easy par for Dr. Deepak as the caddy marks the ball. Akhilesh, who was just short with his tee. The tee shot was just 8 feet short of the first green, over chipping a bit. Looking now to chip. Soft chip, very soft hands, ball rolling. As we just lost signal there, but you can watch that he's left himself pretty short of the hole. Okay, so we are on the 18th green, where Rosetta by Ferns, Rohan Haryani and Matthew KK are playing with Ramaya Royals, Umesh Kumar and BA Ganpati. Matthew KK with his back to the camera, just checking out the line for his putt. So Ganpati and Umesh of Ramaya Royals. The Ramaya Royals putting first, pretty much uphill. Would be looking to go at least a foot and a half left with a break to the right. At least a 25 feet putt there. Strikes it hard and firm as it's uphill. Leaving himself maybe 7 feet or 6 feet just beyond. But should be able to make it from there. We also have live action with approach shots on the 9th. As KK Matthews is queuing up to putt. He's towards the back end of the green with his putter. It's a slight up and down, not too much of a downhill or uphill. Striking it. And that's a beautiful putt within tap-in distance at the 18th. KK Matthews of Rosetta by Ferns. And he should complete that pretty easily. As Rohan Haryani now lines up his putt. Again looking to play a couple of inches to the left. Should be left to right. Just a couple of inches or maybe the left outer edge. Flattish kind of putt has left himself 14 to 15 feet away. Strikes it firm and goes way beyond the hole, overshooting by quite a distance. Not able to gauge the strength there and has left himself with a longish putt to complete the hole. Ramaya Royals player would be going with the putt next. That is Umesh Kumar of the Ramaya Royals with his putt to hole out on the 18th. As it's a shotgun start, they started off with the 18th hole. Straightish kind of putt there, softly negotiated, and that's in. Pumping his fist in happiness as he sinks it in. Umesh Kumar happy with the start that he's got to the KPL 2021 for his team Ramaya Royals. As KK Matthews with a pretty simple just push in, and he's done into. So the better score, the better ball would complete the hole in the match play format. So whoever is the better score, net score that is, would be counted. So Rohan Haryani did not need to putt since I think KK Matthew finished with a better net score. But we have Ganapati there lining up his putt. For the Ramaya Royals. And he taps it in too. So good completion there. A wave in acknowledgement to the crowd. Smiles after the nervous first holes. You know, the first hole of any tournament, especially the first few shots and the first sink in, which will set the trend for the rest of the day. As the players on the 18th have to have an early breakfast because their break is at the breakfast hut right now. And then they proceed. The shotgun shot. Now we are at the 9th green. Live coverage where you see SNC Eagles, Nishant Kulkarni and Harish Shetty with Britannia Bourbon Birdies, Misha Paruti and Vanik Sachdeva. So SNC Eagles and Britannia Bourbon Birdies on the 9th green, shotgun format. Nice to see all our viewers here live on the KGA YouTube channel watching the KPL 2021 third edition, brought to you live from the Karnataka Golf Association. Thanks, Sridhar HS. Long time no see, but good to see you on chat. So chipping from close to the water. For the Britannia Bourbon Birdies, we have Misha Paruthi and Vanik Sachdeva. Not too happy with his chip, going by the reaction. But his partner is just off the green, ready with a putter. And the camera should show. As now chipping in is Harish Shetty. SNC Eagles Harish Shetty with his chip on the ninth. A bit flattish, bit fast, and just over the green. But still on the putting surface, just over to the left. As we have an uphill putt again from the Britannia Bourbon Birdies. So Britannia Bourbon Birdies stop just right of the flag, maybe around 2.5 feet. Harish Shetty is on the right edge of the putting surface of the green, has a very long putt, should be at least 35 to 40 feet. A double line, but predominantly from the right to the left. The greens, as usual, are pretty fast here. His partner is already with hands folded, so maybe his score is already too much. And that's a very good, and that just misses the left edge of the green. Oohs and ahs over there from the players. For a moment, the throat was in the mouth, for they thought that that would drop in, and Harish was hoping for that ball to just drop in from that 40-foot distance at the edge of the green. Well, they walk off as the players with the better score have finished. And the approach right now on the ninth from the team behind them, that is the Krishvi, Dishum, Ashwin Kora, Nagapan, and Kaveri Express, Karan Tandon and Michael Pearce, has just played two beautiful approaches to the ninth green. Both of them placed on the green for a beautiful downhill finish to what will be their second hole, as the third player also approaching now. So second team approaching the ninth green now. Michael Pearce walking to his left. As he waits. For one of the opponents to approach the ninth green. So a lovely pitch, literally just past the pin. A little bit of backspin, ensuring that the ball doesn't go too far and is in very comfortable putting distance. The player from Krishvi Dishum. As now it's Michael topping it a bit. They didn't sound from a good spot. It looked like it hit the bottom edge of the club and it has rolled over to the rough next to the sponsor board. Once again, a big thank you to our sponsors. The main sponsor, Callaway, Irrigation Products International Private Limited, Gokuldas Exports Limited, IIFL Private Wealth, Tata Hitachi, YKKAP, Site Care, Club Mahindra, Pro Cycle, Pernod Ricard, Bacardi, United Breweries Kingfisher, Grant Thornton Bharat LLP, Etrimed Pharmaceuticals Private Limited. Thank you to the sponsors of the KPL 3rd edition 2021. Coming up on the 18th, Kasu Marble Italia, Shishir Patil and Sharad Jungare and Team Protec, Biligiri Kadambi and Rahul Venkateswaran. The ball landing on the green. Should be happy with that approach shot as we are back to the 9th. Michael chipping from close to the sponsor board but leaving himself way right and way short. A downhill putt which should be pretty fast. Looking to go left to right. Can he control the speed of the ball and does a fantastic job just past the right of the flag post, leaving himself with a short uphill putt left in to finish the hole. Topped his chip which left him way over in the rough near the sponsor board, and then the chip going right as his partner now, Karan Tandon from the Kaveri Express, with his putt again downhill, needs to control the speed, aiming a bit left, just tapping it very softly, but the ball carries on and continues left, does not break to the right as anticipated, and has left himself with a straightish putt, maybe 3 feet to the hole. So Kaveri Express, both the players not happy with where they've ended up, but will make do with whoever sinks in. Krishvi Dishum, Ashwin Kora and Nagapan. Going for a break from right to left. I think it broke a bit early, but good strength. Just to the left of the pin. Leaves himself comfortable to finish that hole. Looks like that was Cora, going by what I can read on the sleeve. Nagapan had a beautiful chip from short of the bridge and left himself with a nice backspin with a possible sink from this 8-foot putt. Taps it again since it's downhill, and is the ball just missing to the right. Be very careful there. Taps it in and completes. So Nagapan sinks in. Was very cautious because of the speed downhill. Gave it a soft, gentle tap. As Michael Pearce now completing the formality of his part, and he gets it in. Just sneaks it and squeezes it in there, Michael Pearce. The flag helping the ball get locked there. As his partner, Karan of Kaveri Express, will putt next. Should be negotiating this pretty straightforward. Flattish. Should be center. And goes for it. And it's in. So, round of claps from the spectators. Well negotiated. A fist pump from his partner. And Cora will putt out next. And should be the last putter for this 9th hole. Meanwhile, there's also action on the 18th. As the second team on the 18th is also putting out. We will go to the 18th next after watching Cora sink out his putt and move towards the break. Cora sinks in as well, and all the 4 players on the 9th, the second batch on the 9th, have finished their putts, and we are now at the 18th where the second team has come in. So on the 18th, we have Casu Marble Italia and Team Protec. It's just past the right of the hole. Very long putt, maybe 25, 27 feet. Gauged it well, just missing the right. And should be an easy finish. So tapping it in successfully. Not much to celebrate, I guess. Just a smile on the face. Looks like he completed it so that Rahul can go all out for his long attempt to sink it in. Rahul had a very good approach to the green. And this should be, I presume, for what would be a birdie putt. 30 feet from the left of the hole, strikes it well and leaves it short. So a bit overcautious in the strength and needs to putt again as he asks his colleague to move the marker. The player from Casu Marble Italia. The marker was just in the way, and Rahul is now going to attempt again. Looking to hole out here after a lovely approach onto the 18th green. And that's in. But a gentle nod. Didn't look like a very happy nod, as he could have finished one stroke better with the kind of approach he had. Onto the green, we're back to the first tee. After the break, all set to tee off. Should be a bit to the left, I guess, as far the signal from the fairway marker goes. So the Ramaya Royals have teed off on the first after the break. They started from the 18th. So Umesh Kumar and Ganpati have both struck their first shot on the first tee, and we have KK Matthews now, who finished with a bogey on the 18th for the Rosetta by Ferns, all set. KK Matthews addressing the ball, backswing and follow through, but looking a bit to the right, maybe a fade. As Rohan Haryani now teeing up, just a check, mandatory check of the breeze with the R9 all set on the first. Didn't look very happy. Looks like he's got a fade too. Ball heading a bit to the right. And Umesh maybe out of bounds, playing a provisional on the first. This time a bit safer, I guess, in his shot. So we are now on the 10th. So walking down the 10th fairway, Nishant Kulkarni and Harish Shetty of the SNC Eagles, and the Britannia Bourbon Birdies, Misha Paruti and Vanik Sachdeva. Live action now shifts to the first fairway, where the players are approaching the green, but back now to the 10th. So now watching the 9th approach, where the Anugraha Atriappa Srinivasan has hit his approach towards the green. Now it's Prashant Reddy, who's all set. I think he just chipped out. Didn't have a line to the green. Going by the signal to the caddy that's good enough. As they walk towards the 9th green. On the 9th green, the Anugraha Atriappa Srinivasan and we are playing with ASM aces Vittal Ellen and Anand Das Joseph. So in the woods, the aces player. Again looking to chip out as they're in the woods behind the trees and there's no chance of an approach to the green. Going for the safer option of chipping out onto the fairway and giving themselves a chance to the green. Prashant Reddy again with his practice swing. A different view. So looking to play right of the flag. Maybe a bit short going by the way he as Vittal now who chipped out from the woods. So Vittal Ellen of ASM Aces. ASM Aces, Vittal has struck his approach towards the green and went off the left, looks like, towards the water. So Anand Joseph now, his approach from close to the fairway markers. A pitch heading a bit right, looking by the way the ball was struck. Actually, just past the left of the flag. A very nice pitch. Was around 60 to 70 feet on the other side of the bridge. Just over onto the left of the flag. And should be happy with the result. So all of them now walking towards the 9th green. So ASM aces Vittal and Anand Joseph versus Anugraha, Atria Power, Srinivasan V and Prashant Reddy on the 9th green. Anand Joseph seems to be the best placed on the green. Prashant Reddy is over. Vittal went to the left towards the water. And maybe it's in the water because doesn't look like he's queuing up to play. No, he is as waiting for Prashant Reddy to come from the rough at the back of the green. Who will go first? So 2 balls on the green, 2 balls in the rough, 1 beyond, 1 to the left near the water. Prashant Reddy first up. He's got his wedge. Nice soft chip. Negotiates the uphill. Ball running down beautifully to just hitting the hole, and that was beautifully done by Prashant Reddy. It literally dropped in but just popped up on the hole and went a bit over. In the meantime, Vittal's chip going past the flag towards the right edge of the hole. So for a second it looked like Prashant Reddy's would drop into the hole, just bobbed on and moved on. So Vittal picks up as Anand Joseph is better placed for a better finish. But we're looking at Srinivasan V now with a downhill putt, aiming. So he's all lined up. V Srinivasan looks to be playing right to left, and the ball breaks pretty soon and falls short of the hole. So everyone jittery about the downhill speed. So just trying to tap it a bit to the right and hoping for it to run down left. Didn't happen. Stop short. And now Prashant Reddy would try to hole out. His chip nearly went in. They had to chip out from the rough. Prashant Reddy, in fact, was in the left on behind the trees, chipped out to the fairway. His approach went over and the chip nearly went in. Let's see if he can sink this putt, which should be left in. Very marginally uphill. And that's in. A pump of the fist and says, "This is for you, partner." And smiles all over and a fist pump. So they are happy that one of them completed with a good score. Meanwhile, to the first, Rohan Haryani just missing his putt. That should have been a birdie putt, I guess. Just missing to the left and taps it in. This is Ganpati now of the Ramaya Royals. He holds out too. And those two batches, those two teams have finished on the first hole. And a good complete there by Anand Das Joseph. So Kaveri Express now on the 10th tee. Just teed off. And Michael Pearce now setting up. So action all round here, the KGA Premier League 2021. As Michael Pearce of the Kaveri Express. On the 10th, just shifting his marker. I'm shifting the ball because it may have been just beyond the markers, as brought to his attention by his partner. Looks to be going with a 4 or a 5 iron. Michael Pearce. Flattish. Looks to be well placed for an approach to the 10th green, going by the reaction. As we're back to the first, and there's a strike there again by Kasu Marble Italia. So on the first tee now, Kasu Marble Italia and Team Protect, Shishir Patil and Sharad Janghare of Kasu Marble Italia. Team Protect, Biligiri Kadambi and Rahul Venkateswaran. Losing a bit of his balance. Talking to the ball as it goes towards the bunker. Not happy as the ball pulled left. All set to strike on the first tee and didn't finish fully as he would like, but there is a drizzle setting in here at the KGA and the overcast conditions decided to open up a bit. So the clouds trying to get lighter with the first signs of rain on this day one, round one of KPL 2021. Nothing alarming, nothing to worry yet. It's a light drizzle all around. So Sunil Nalinaksha of the Green Riders there putting. Downhill Sunil looking to play from the left. Strikes it well, heading towards the hole and just missing the right edge. He thought it was in. He just walked off, hoping that that would drop in. But a good finish. Had to just tap in, I think. While his contemporary trying to putt from just outside. From Pro Mac pin high, Dhruv Johari stopping just left to the pin. So there is a bit of a drizzle. Not to worry. Play continues. Just hope that this is a passing drizzle. Getting a bit heavier from the looks of it, but no signs of alarm yet. The rain guards had been holding up Twice we had to reschedule because of the incessant rain and the relentless thunder showers that we had. But KPL 2021 saw the light of the day. This morning, the 29th of November, we were able to tee off. 3 batches or 3 holes have been approximately completed by all the players. But the first signs of rain, hopefully not for too long. We continue to bring you the live stream of the KPL 2021 right here from the Karnataka Golf Association. Watching the action on the 18th. Promac Pinhai Amrit Mangaram putting. Into the hole, a lovely putt, and his partner pumping his fist, so it looked like a beautiful putt. Was around 12 feet, dropping in perfectly. As the Green Riders, Mahendra Kuga Shankar now looking to complete his putt. He's to the left of the flag again. Well, just out of our camera's view, and going by the reaction, I think that putt was also completed. So that batch has finished, the 18th, which was Green Riders, Sunil Kumar and Mahendra Kugashankar, Promac Pinhai, Dhruv Johri and Amrit Mangaram. So now this is the view towards the first fairway as they're all lining up. Casu Marble Italia and Team Protec lining up to approach the green. This is the long view from the clubhouse, the KGA upper deck, the clubhouse view of the approach to the first green. Shishir Patil, Sharad Janghare of the Casu Marble Italia, Biligiri Kadambi and Rahul Venkateswaran of Team Protec approaching the first green. So from just beyond the bunker, an approach to the green. Let's see where they all have ended up on the green once we shift our focus to the green camera. So another pitch from closer to the green to the right of the green. A nice lob up there. Lobbing it well onto the green. So now moving towards the first green. We have Casu Marble Italia and Team Protec gauging the line. So our cameras are settling in. We're trying to bring you more with mobile cameras so we can go out as far as possible onto the course, maybe up to the 4th hut and even the 15th hut, so we can get more live action as the day progresses, as the tournament progresses. But for sure, the first tee, the 10th tee, the 9th green, the 18th green, the first green, these cameras are fixed And there should be a mobile camera going around in the buggy, getting you as much of live action. Right now, a chip at the first. A wedge just onto the, just dropping shot, and the first cut running towards the pin, just past the right of the pin, leaving himself with a pretty decent putt. The first green is not a very challenging green. The putts are either flattish or very marginally uphill or downhill. So should be able to make that putt with that 7-foot distance. So the rain getting a bit mucky for the clubs. Wasn't a heavy shower, was a light drizzle, still persists, but nothing that's going to stop play yet. I think it's prevented enough play. So rain, rain, go away is what the players of the KPL are literally muttering under their breath as they go stroke by stroke. This time out of the bunker, very well negotiated and very well placed past the pin. So this is from just in the rough on the left. So wanting the ball to come right by the signal, a shrug of the shoulders. Ball didn't listen to him, I guess. So the hand signal was come right ball, and the shrug was like, okay, do what you want. So on the putting surface now, the players on the first. KGA Marble Italia and Team Protec. A good putt, and just off the left of the hole. It blurred away from the hole literally, but the next putt should be in. So the lob that just went beyond, trying to come back up and in on the first green. Broke too soon as there wasn't enough strength, moving away right, and has to tap in the formality. Wasn't firm enough, and because of the lack of strength, broke too soon to the right. Now it's Team Protec. Kadambi and Rahul for Team Protec. Once again, moving away from the left and completing the tap-in formality. So Shishir Patil of KGA Marble Italia looking to putt in. Came well out of the bunker. Just moved past the left of the hole. And is in. So Patil finishes in. A sandy maybe a par or a bogey, because I think it was a sandy par. And Team Protect to finish out now. And Team Protect holds out too, so one more batch finishes on the first. Most of the batches have finished possibly 3 to 4 holes. And the good news is that the rain has stopped and we shifted to the 9th green now, where we have Rosetta by Ferns. You can see Wayne D'Souza and Sanjay Nadgowda. And Ramaya Royals, Vivek Dua and Mini Kuruvilla. We're trying to get you a PIP, a picture-in-picture view of multiple holes. As I said, a lot of newbies tried this time. We're looking at a ball tracker, which you should be witnessing during the course of the day. Shots from beyond the fixed cameras as far as the distance and the range permits. But right now, you're watching the 9th green, and that's Mini Kuruvilla of the Ramaya Royals on your screen, lining up to putt. Around 30 feet. Would be aiming to go right. Just once again discussing the line with her caddy. She just wanted to know from when it would break a bit to the left, and is there a bit of uphill in the initial stage. So striking it right beyond the slope and breaking well left, but maybe a bit too soon and a bit too much. Okay, not too much, but a bit too soon. So I think it broke a bit too soon, but leaving herself with a good finish. And now you're getting a view of the 4 cameras. So you're seeing the 9th green, you're seeing the first green, you're seeing the second green, sorry, the first tee, the second tee. So just a glimpse of the 4 fixed cameras for your viewing. So Srinivasan and Reddy on the first, striking off. We're back to the 9th. Vivek Dua of the Ramaya Royals just missing. He thought he had got it. He didn't. And Wayne D'Souza now. Putting a bit too soon and missing from the right and needs to tap in. So it's going to be Sanjay Nadgowda who will finish off for the Rosetta by Ferns. Thank you, Mr. Shastri VA, for your comments. We appreciate the feedback. Watching out on the chat as well. Trying to get you as much of the live. So we would have an array of commentators. Right now I'm Dr. Samir Haryani, a member and player of the KGA. And we would have guest commentators, some star players who we would interview, team members, sponsors, and maybe even people from remote locations logging in and speaking to us over the 7 days of coverage of the KPL 2021. Sanjay Nadgowda now with his putt. Upright and not in. So needs to just stop, tap it in. Mini Kuruvilla now. Straight and firm, dead center should be the call by her caddy. Do not hesitate. And she just overhit it a bit to the right and could not believe that she struck so firm and missed to the right, which leaves Vivek Dua to tap in his formalities. Well, the birds are enjoying the water, Mr. Shastri. We are trying to enjoy some birdies on the green and on the course. So Rosetta by Ferns and Ramaya Royals move off the 9th. So another batch would come to the break as we move to the 18th. The 18th green, is that Uday Jamnadas on the screen or is that Ajay Melwani? Just get a view. That's Ajay Melwani and he sinks it in and is happy. So Ajay Melwani at the 18th for the Britannia Bourbon Birdies with his partner Uday Jamnadas, playing with the SNC Eagles B. Srinivas Murthy and Kedarnath Mudda. It's Srini Murthy now. B. Srinivas Murthy, former captain of the Bangalore Golf Club, with his putt and sinks it in pretty easy. A nod of the head signals a bogey, a 5. Gets a fist pump from his partner Mudda as they walk to the break as well. Now we move back to the first tee. This should be Dhruv Johari and Amrit Mangaram of Promac Pinhai, and Sunil Kumar and Mahendra of Green Riders on the first tee box. Yes. We have very sharp focused cameras and the YouTube coverage at the KGA YouTube channel as clear as it can be, and that's a lovely strike and a grit of the teeth. Looks happy as his partner gives him a few words of compliments and encouragement as he is also set now. Compliments to the president, captain, and the members of the managing committee for bringing us one more wonderful edition of the KPL 2021. This time with some enhanced technology, with some more features for the benefit of our viewers watching live on the KGA YouTube channel. Promac Pinhai off the tee on the first. Looked a bit right, just moved away, didn't even wait. Sunil now on the tee for the Green Riders. So a bit of a stretch because they would have had a break at the breakfast hut. Need to get back into the groove. Heavy club hitting behind the ball, and I think that was pretty duffed to the right. Did not strike it clean. Sunil hit behind the ball, and the ball didn't travel much of a distance, short distance to the right. Before the election, it was our committee member Arun Bajaj who was negotiating the tournament. I think that remains the same. But also a shout out and compliments to Mr. Sudhir Makhija, who has coordinated this beautiful live coverage, the cameras, the console, and of course the commentary. So Sudhir Makhija, if you're watching, thank you so much for this wonderful coordination for the live stream and the commentary. Thank you, Mr. Kalyan Sundaram, for your encouraging words on the chat. And Pro Mac pin high, maybe OB, so playing again a provisional. Didn't look happy with the first one. Immediate reaction was walk off, and this time playing a bit safe. As the 4-ball walks down the first fairway. Well, right now we have teams on the 10th green, 11th, of course, 12th, 13th, 14th, midway on the course. But right now, live action, where our cameras are present, is only on the first hole. And we will bring you live action from there till some other teams approach the 9th green, the 18th green, or the 10th tee box. It's all happening here at the KGA, the KPL 2021. Shout out to our sponsors. Without our sponsors, of course, it would not be possible. Our main sponsor, Callaway. Thank you, Callaway. Irrigation Products International Private Limited, Gokuldas Exports Limited, IIFL Private Wealth, Tata Hitachi, YKKAP, SiteCare, Club Mahindra, Pro Cycle, Pernod Ricard, Bacardi, United Breweries Kingfisher, Grant Thornton Bharat LP, Atrimed Pharmaceuticals Private Limited. Those are the sponsors of the KPL 2021. A big thank you to them. Of course, the team owners and the players. Thank you so much for your participation. As you can see, Sunil didn't get a good shot, but I think he's repeated that. Another heavy club, so not able to get under the ball. So that's the first green approach. I just took a break, but again, the teams, Anand Royalty, Anugraha Atria Power, ASM Aces, Basant Betons, Britannia Bourbon Birdies, Kaveri Express, FNB Frontiers, Epson, Fanzart Eagles, G. Kirloskar, Golden Eagles, Goel Haryana Punters, Green Riders, INB Swingers, Kasu Marble Italia, Krishvi Dishum, Promac Pinhai, Ramaya Royals, RBD Tigers, Rosetta by Ferns, SNC Eagles, Team August Johns, Team Obaku, and Team Protec. The 24 teams in the foray and the fray right here at the KPL. Thank you to the owners. Best wishes to the captains and players. President, captain, members of the managing committee, the newly elected committee at the KGA. Thank you for bringing us KPL 2021, the third edition, brought to you live from the KGA. Okay, we are at the approach for the first. The Green Riders. On your screen right now, Mahendra Kuga Shankar approaching the first green. He's a bit right of the green, beyond the bunker on the right. That should be a 9-iron, maybe even an 8, around 150 yards or 110 yards. Okay, lands on the green, running past to the top of the mound, but not able to roll down towards the pin. Wouldn't be completely happy, but is on the putting surface, and once you're there, you're good to go. So in the meantime, Sunil may have had another shot which did not make it to the green. as he walks up. Pro Mac pin high, both the players. One of them I think went OB because he replayed the shot. And now this is an approach. Should be a second shot. Just a chip from the left of the green. A lob there, going to the right and stays a bit right. Okay. Stays short of the flag, bit to the right. Would have loved to come closer, but his partner now with a chip. Looks like Dhruv. Pro Mac pin high. Dhruv Johari had a good drive. His partner Amrit may have gone OB the first time because he played a provisional. And this is going to be a chip and run from maybe 15 feet, just short of the edge of the green. Trying to run it towards the flag. And I think went a bit heavy on it, but has crossed the mound and it's running towards the left of the pin. A doable putt, of course, 12 to 14 feet to be negotiated, but very much doable. Thank you, Mr. Uday Kumar, for the compliments, and Mr. Ram Ramaswamy. Yes, we're trying to keep it as clear as possible and as live as possible with as many value-add features as we can. As I said, we're experimenting with a mobile camera in a buggy so that we can go to the farthest range possible wirelessly. We're also going to attempt a ball tracker, an app with a ball tracker. And very soon you should start seeing the live scores. As the players are updating the scores on the app, we would bring you the live scores. So this time a chip going past again the right. So not very happy chipping for the Green Riders. Mahendra once again overshooting the flag by quite a bit from the rough beyond the green. We're right now on the first green. So you will soon see live screenshot of the app on your screen as the players update it with the apps on their phone. And we would know which team is in the lead where. Back to the first tee. B. Srinivas Murthy on the tee box, placing his ball on the tee after the short and quick breakfast break. Uday Jamnadas had just teed off before Srinivas Murthy. And now it is Srini Murthy addressing the ball. The club slightly over the ground, goes into the shot. Maybe a bit left. Normally shoots straight as an arrow, Srini. Let's see the result as they approach the fairway. So some high fives. The camaraderie, friendship and fellowship of all the players. All golfers at the KGA. Good friends on and off the course. Enjoying the game. Which is the prime reason for having the KPL right here at the KGA. Kedarnath Mudha in discussions, getting some clarifications from his caddy. Maybe a ball change. Okay, a change of ball. SNC Eagles, Kedarnath Mudha, all set to tee off on the first tee. Right here. Bit to the right, going by the looks of it. As they walk down the first fairway. Over to the 10th tee. Wayne D'Souza, Sanjay Nathgoda of Rosetta by Ferns, Ramaya Royals, Vivek Dua and Mini Kuruvilla. So that's Vivek Dua there on your screen with an iron on the 10th tee. Deep in focus, eyes on the ball, head down, Vivek Dua. An iron on the 10th, probably a 5. Looks a bit right. Losing a bit of balance in the follow through and finish, and should be okay, but maybe a bit right. As long as he has an approach to the 10th green, he would be happy. As Wayne D'Souza now, Rosetta by Ferns, placing the ball on the tee. Again with an iron. Young team owner of Rosetta by Ferns, Wayne D'Souza. Smooth, straight finish, maybe a bit high. All of them looking a bit to the right and just talking to his partner where he's likely landed up. And now on the screen, Sanjay Nathgoda, past president captain of the KGA for Rosetta by Ferns, ready to tee off. Thank you, Mr. Sehgal, for your wonderful feedback. Yes, HD clarity, great efforts from the management, and as superb as possible the coverage. Right now, Sanjay on tee. Fast in his downswing, again looking a bit to the right. Okay, a shrug, a tap and says, should be fine. Manageable, doable. As they walk down the 10th fairway. So an approach to the 18th from the fairway. Chipping it in low. one ball there which is to the left of the flag, maybe 25 feet. Maybe from an earlier player's shot. Looks like Krishvi Dishum and Kaveri Express on the green. A strike to the ball on with a putt. And just past, a very well negotiated putt. Beautiful. It was a distance. It was a break. Perfect strength just past the hole and should successfully complete that hole. The Kaveri Express. Tarandeep Singh it was, I think, with that beautiful putt from the Kaveri Express. Playing with Sundar Adige, and with them from Krishvi Dishum are Shivram Subramanian and Ashok Puvanna. Sundar Adige, a 2 handicapper. So Krishvi Dishum now putting. Should be Ashok who will go. Ashok Puvanna. On the 18th with his putt. Uphill. Taking his time. Wants to get it absolutely right. And just going past the left. So not as much of a break as he expected, but leaving himself with a decent chance to finish with a tap. Live coverage now from the 9th green. It's Kasu Marble Italia and Team Protect. So Arun Michael D'Souza, Rahul Seth from Kasu Marble Italia, Vikram Limse and Rajgopal Kaushik, Team Protect on the 9th green. As Team Protect putting now from just outside the edge of the green. Leaving it a bit short and right. Thank you, Miss Rupa Pratap, for your encouragement, and congratulations to you for the wonderful victory at the recently held KGA elections. This time sinks it in. A nice pump. Happy with the finish, Team Protec. And the other player can now pick up the ball. Doesn't need to finish as his partner has given the better score. Cassu Marble Italia now looking to hole out. And a drop. Oh, that was an edgy putt, literally, because it waited at the edge. The 18th walk up closer for their next shot and chip. We go back to the 9th, where the Pro-Mac pin high just chipping out from the woods. The ball going behind the trees on the left. There's no option but to chip out. Back to the 18th fairway. A short pitch or a chip. Gentle lob onto the green. Just over the edge of the green, running towards the left of the flag and moving towards the left edge of the green. Not the ideal location that the player would have wanted to be on. Was aiming to go a bit more right, closer to the pin, but the ball moving away with the flow as they walk back to the 9th approach now. On the fairway. Pro-Mac pin high. And the Green Riders. So 2 players practicing. One of them will go first, the Pro-Mac pin high at a further distance from the green. Looking to hit his approach first, but in the meantime, the Green Rider player has already struck the ball and it has just stopped short of the green. The red flag closer to the edge, the front edge of the green, so trying not to go too far on the green. The Pro-Mac pin high player now. A good approach. Let's see where the ball lands. So even those who are not playing can download the app and view the scores. This is, as Mr. Vikram has asked, I'm just typing out. You need to go to the Play Store and type KGPL 2021 and you can download the app. I'm just typing it in the chat box. Yeah, KGPL space 2021. So go to Play Store. So as typed in, you can download the app and you can view the scores live. But at brief intervals, we will also show you the app screen, which is available on our desktop, and it will broadcast the live updated scores for your viewing. Everything brought to you here at the live stream of the KPL 2021. On the 18th green, and he sunk that putt. Very happy with that sink. So Prithvi TV very happy with his putt. The ASM Aces sinking it. It was downhill from right to left, and in it went. In the meantime, Anugraha Etria Pava, Vijendra Bhatt and Arun Kumar looking to make their putt. Oh, just missing the right edge. Wonder what happened. Arun disappointed, to say the least. A shake of his head. He thought it was in, but at the last minute, instead of the left edge of the cup, took the right edge and stopped right there. Pro-Mac pin high now on the 9th green. Just off the putting surface, like just in the first cut, freshly cut, uphill, going from the right and stopping on the right. So should tap in. Thanks, Mr. Sukumar, for your encouraging words. Thanks, Ram. Green riders now looking to putt. Should be around 4.5 feet. Not a very difficult one. Uphill, left in. And sinks it in. And just confirms what was in his mind and in our minds too. So the Green Rider player sinking his putt as well. So those were Colonel Bhaskar and Kumaran of Green Riders were playing with Pro-Mac pin high, Abhishek Thomas and Bipin Boob. And they have finished the 9th green. One more player to go. I think one more Green Rider putting from a distance. So I think his partner holed out to relieve the pressure. So now he can go for a longer putt, and I presume for the better score. Left of the flag, 24 feet, up and down, leaving himself short. Pro-Mac pin high, lining up now. From the right of the flag. It's around 18 to 20 feet away, maybe 16 to 18 feet away to be more precise. It races downhill here, so most of the players have been very hesitant to strike the ball too much for fear of it running too far off. Let's see. Leaving himself short. As I said, the hesitation to strike through, wanting to just push it towards the hole, and finishes. So all the scores, all the team names, the players and scores would come on the app. Yes, some might show 0 because those teams haven't teed off yet. Some of the teams are going to tee off, or the next batch is going to tee off at 12 noon. So don't be surprised if you see 0, 0, 0 against some names, because those are the players who are teeing off at 12 noon. Right now the scores being updated are the scores of those who teed off at 6:45 a.m. The first set of players on 18 holes. The first 72. 72 players yet to tee off at 12 noon. So clap for the green rider as he finished his putt, and now Pro Mac Pin High also holds out. As we move now to the 18th. To the 18th, as the player has gone far left of the green and has to negotiate a chip over the bunker to get onto the putting surface. Got well under the ball and a good chip, but past the hole and seems to be running to the other edge, but will be happy. I think that's the best that he could do. I think that's a Rosetta by Ferns player who's playing with his partner Draupadi. So it's Shiv Mula who chipped, playing with Draupadi of Rosetta by Ferns, and with them Ramaya Royals Shashank Bantwal and Srinivasa KV. Good chip there too. It's just past the green, and in picture you can see the 10th tee box where a player has just teed off from Casu Marble Italia, has just teed off, and Team Protec is playing with them. On the 18th, we have Rosetta by Ferns, Shiv Mula and Draupadi. Shiv Mula, 9 handicapper for the tournament, gets 75%, which is 7. Draupadi, 20 handicap, gets 15. Ramaya Royals Shashank Bantwal, 13 handicapper, gets 10. And Srinivasa KV, 20 handicapper, gets 15. So Draupadi now for Rosetta from off the green with a putter. Nice bright orange ball there. Using a putter from the first cut, striking, aiming left. The flag is on the right of the green and leaving herself at least 7 feet short of the hole. Ramaya Royals now putting from the left bottom end, or front end rather. Uphill again, not enough legs to reach the hole, keeping himself 4 feet short, presumably. Shiv Mula now. After that chip from the far left over the bunker, running past the pin. Just past the right again this time. Looking to hole out from there, but just missing by the right of the hole. The picture-in-picture will not be there continuously. It's going to come up at brief intervals and not all the time. And we will keep in mind to keep it at the top right corner rather than at the bottom right corner. So Draupadi putting in, or tapping in rather. After she missed her putt from the left of the flag. So the app, as typed in your screen, just go to the Play Store, search for KGPL space 2021. So approach of the first also visible now in the top right picture in picture, while Ramaya Royals are completing their putt on the 18th. And we have players now on the 9th green as well. Ramaya Royals just holding out on the 18th. As you see the chip from the bunker on the first into the hole. Yes, there it goes. What a spectacular hit by Sundar Adige. From the bunker into the hole, and the smiles and the celebrations of joy for the ball dropping in to the hole from the bunker. Shiv Mula now. And that's in. So Shiv Mula also holding out, but the action that we saw in picture on the first hole, spectacular. Sundar Adige. From the bunker into the hole is what we witnessed. The bunker shot dropping in. So putting on the first hole now. Ashok Poovanna. The Krishvi Dishum. Taking his time, lining up and striking a slight jump in the ball. Moving towards the hole, but just stopping short. So few inches short, but would be happy. I don't think from that distance expected it to drop in. So but marking it and would like to think before finishing the hole. His partner now, Shivram Subramanian of the Krishvi Dishum, would be putting up next. So Shivram leaving it short too. Just not struck well enough to come close to the hole. As Tarandeep Singh now lining up. So while the players are holding out at the first, he sinks it in, Tarandeep Singh. So a good finish there after his partner sunk it from the bunker. While the players finish the green, in the picture-in-picture action from right behind them at the first tee. Tee off there. power on the first tee. Ishan Patodia, Prithvi TV, Vijendra Bhatt and Arun Kumar. Players on the first tee. Ishan Patodia now all set. Thank you, Karthik. Compliments appreciated. Credit should go to President Kennedy, members of the management committee, and the organizing committee of the KGA. Wonderful. Two snapshots that you can watch. One teeing off simultaneously. Both seem to have good results. Ishan on the tee box.
We'll get started in a couple of minutes. There's still a few